Hello, world. What's up, guys? This is Dave with the Fight Bananas podcast. How's everyone doing out there? Wow, joining us any minute on the Fight Bananas hotline, guys, is UFC legend Cub Swanson. Anytime you talk about a featherweight, Mount Rushmore, an all-time great list, anytime big UFC, WEC, huge moments have happened in the featherweight division, Cub Swanson, his name always comes up. He's always involved. Cub Swanson, literally a living legend in the mixed martial arts game. His debut, 2004, still going strong. 2019, just defeated Kron Gracie in that co-main event at UFC Tampa. And we're going to talk to him about that Quintet Ultra December 12th UFC Fight Pass in Las Vegas, Nevada. So Cub is going to come on the line. We're going to talk to him about so much his MMA career, the grappling, what's next. The Quintet Ultra is UFC versus Pride versus WEC, versus Strikeforce. Where can this go? Can we see a grappling, almost like a season, like a league? How cool would that be to have, teams? And, I would love to see where this can go and have Cub Swanson's take on it. Unbelievable. Cub is one of the Fight Bananas' favorite fighters. So, guys, I don't want to waste any of your time. Cub Swanson comes on the Fight Bananas podcast. All right, guys, on the Fight Bananas hotline, living legend Cub Swanson. How you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, man. Thanks for having me on.
Absolutely, brother, man. We're so excited about this Quintet Ultra. This is just an epic event. December 12th on UFC Fight Pass. It's crazy. UFC versus Pride versus WEC versus Strikeforce. How excited are you for this event? And then I would love to know how you got involved in this event.
Well, I mean, I'm excited just because it's the whole team thing. It's just a new element. It's been a while since I've done a jiu-jitsu tournament or any kind of submission grappling tournament. And I've been wanting to do one. And when this came up, just with the whole team format, I wanted to be a part of Team WEC like right away. Represent, for people that still remember me from WEC. So that's what's exciting about it, the whole team event, and then how many like big names they've got to agree to do it. I think is awesome.
Oh, absolutely. And I thought about that too. If they had a team of WEC, Cub has to be involved. It just has to. You talked about it. I'm talking about King Mo, Babale Sobral's involved, Jake Shields, Gilbert Melendez, Sean O'Malley, Anthony Rumble Johnson. It's epic. It's really cool to see grappling taken to the next level. And when UFC does it, it's on UFC Fight Pass. They take it to the next level. It's just cool to put a spotlight on these grappling, especially on this team format, like you said.
Yeah, the quintet is the whole team thing is different. It kind of brings a different dynamic. You never know. Like literally, everyone keeps asking me, "Do you know who you're going to go against?" I'm like, "No, I don't know what team we're matched up with. I don't know which person. I know all the people, and I know I might go with any one of them." So. It's it has me like itching to find out. All right, who am I going with? Hopefully somebody not too ginormous.
I know that is crazy. It could be you versus King Mo. You never know. And I talked to a couple people about this, couple of the fighters, couple of the competitors in this, and I've heard every different answer. So it's kind of like a king of a mat. You start one-on-one, and then you see how far you can go. I've heard half the guys, they would love to start. They would love to kind of be the leader. You want to bat off first. You want to say, hey, guys, I'm going to take, my team, put you on my back. Then the other swing of it is I heard people, they want to be the anchor. They want to go on last. Hey, if they never have to go, awesome, my team wins. If not, then, if I have to go through 2 or 3 and kind of be the cleanup hitter or that strong safety in the back of the defense, that's what I do. I would love your take. Do you have a preference so far where you would want to compete at?
Strangely enough, I was kind of hoping for the middle slot.
Okay.
Kind of guarantee that I get in there, and then I didn't want to be the first one. I feel like the middle is a good spot.
Absolutely. Talking to Cub Swanson, guys, definitely follow him on the IG, Instagram at Cub Swanson. We'll go back to the Quintet, but I would love to talk to you about, you just won the co-main event, UFC Tampa, someone who could easily be in this event. That's Kron Gracie. How did you think your performance went? How excited was you for you to get back in the win column and to kind of put a bow on 2019?
Well, it was huge. It was a pretty emotional win. I think everybody could see that. I've been facing tough competition my whole career, and to get 4 losses in a row was tough. But I think the biggest thing was that since I started having kids, I hadn't picked up a win, and I didn't want to have that little stigma on there. I wanted to be able to be good at balancing this, dad life and still being a great fighter. So that was extra emotional for me because I get a win as a dad and get to carry on what I'm doing and enjoy what I'm doing. And then as far as, this fight my last fight translating into this competition, I trained a lot of grappling, and I was ready for it to go to the ground a little bit more, but I wasn't gonna let them get it there very easily. So wanting to showcase that, I wasn't able to. So now I'm able to be in the Quintet, so I'm excited about that. But yeah, I think Kron Gracie was tough as nails. My hat's off to him. I thought he came to fight, and we put on a great show, and that's, at the end of the day, that's all that matters.
Oh, absolutely. Definitely you have a fan in us. You have a million fans out there. We can't wait to see you back in the octagon. You said it. I love that point. Max Holloway, Frankie Egner, Chad Mendes, Dustin Poirier, Ortega, your lineup, your career lineup in that featherweight division is bar none. Cub, you fought them all. I would love your take. Is there one memory? Is there a win that it was a tiny bit sweeter than all the rest? Was there a loss that hit you a little bit harder? Like, man, I definitely want to see that man back in the octagon. I would love to get that back. Either way, a win sweeter or a loss that was harder on you?
They're all, special in their own ways.
Right.
I think the biggest, one for me was the Duho Choi fight, because it was fight of the year. People remember it, and I've said it a bunch of times. It's the night I found out I was going to be a father for the first time. So that it's hard to top that night, As far as tough ones, I really would love to get the Aldo fight back. I feel like the fans were robbed in that one because, he came out and blasted me with that knee, and it fractured my eyebrow bone, and I covered up. And I didn't want to take any more damage at that point. I knew something was wrong. I think we've both been around for a long time. If 135 doesn't work out for him, then I'd love to do it again.
Absolutely. And real quick, when you said that, I would love your take right there. Jose Aldo, 135. How do you think that's going to go? There's been a lot of pictures surfacing up that, he doesn't look great. But I never want to put shade on any man. But what do you think about Jose Aldo at 135?
Man, I really wish him a great performance, and I hope it's a smooth one for him. But I feel like I'm like everybody else, where I'm a little bit nervous about it.
Right.
I feel like he's looked a little bit depleted at 45 at times. So just to make that extra 10 pounds, because I feel like I'm on that same boat where I make 45 pretty regularly, but it hurts a little. And I think that I could make 140, but I think it's like when you get to 39, 38, 37, 36, that just seems painful.
Yeah.
And I feel like me and him have a pretty similar body type. So, I hope he makes it with ease, but I would assume that something is going to be a little bit trouble in the last 3 pounds.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree with you anymore. Your debut, 2004, just won a co-main event in 2019. We're about to go into 2020. We have this Quintet Ultra event December 12th. just an unbelievable career for you, Cub. I would love your just take on the evolution of mixed martial arts from 2004 to now, even grappling being this mainstream to be on a UFC Fight Pass with all these main players. I would love your take on the evolution of mixed martial arts.
I mean, the evolution of the sport is just incredible. I try to tell people this all the time, but you have to even understand YouTube has played such a big role in the evolution of the sport, because when I was coming up in the sport, you had to go to seminars. You only knew what was in your reach. Like, you had to travel to a school and hopefully they were cool with it, and you learned some new moves because every gym had a different style. There were a couple instructional videos out there, but now kids can learn every move ever imaginable on the internet and then train it with their friend. I mean, obviously it's going to be a lot better if they're training with other, good guys, but just the knowledge is there. And so I think kids are coming up, becoming mixed martial artists, and they're going to be able to surpass all of us of what we've been able to do in our generation.
Right.
So it's exciting because we're still an infant in this sport compared to boxing. So yeah, I mean, back in 2004, I was fighting in nightclubs in Tijuana for $200. So I feel like I've come a long way.
Yes, sir.
And I'd love to see where it's going to be when my kids are my age.
Right. Man, we got to get you that YouTube channel. You know, Georgie Mazadov has one. I just got into the Kayla Harrison one. Well, Cub Swanson, we got to get you that YouTube channel for sure and teach the kids. You mentioned it 3-4 times, and I respect it so much. I'm a father of 2. I even got twins on the way, so about to be a father of 4. There was so much.
You got twins as well, huh?
Yes, sir.
I got identical boys.
Really? How old?
15 months.
Wow. What's the best part and what's the best challenge?
It's a lot of work because
Yes,
I have a daughter that's a year older, so I have 3 under the age of 2.
Wow.
So yeah, it's just a lot of work, but man, it's awesome. It's like we're in our own special club, you know.
Yes, sir.
You see other people with twins, and you're like, hey, what's up? You know, like. So it's a pretty cool club to be a part of. Oh my God, you were already on my top 10 favorite fighters with the twin thing. I think you might have catapulted to number 1, my man. Yeah, we're so excited. The family here. We got 2 boys, and now we have twins on the way that are 2 girls. So we're gonna even up the house. You know what I mean? We can't wait. That's awesome. Yes, sir. Identical or fraternal? We're not sure yet. Yeah, they told us they couldn't find out until almost birth, and so we're excited. But yeah, I was going to hit on that. Just hearing you talk about it 3-4 times about being a father. I just want to take out a second. I respect that so much. It's so many of the fight game. You hear, sometimes negative things about fighters as a generalization, and to see how much that means to you, just to see how bad you wanted that win as a father. Yeah, just tips hat. Just respect that so much, father to a father. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. I mean, I've known this my whole career. I didn't have kids until I was 35 because at 20 years old, I was starting a path, and I knew that it was going to be a selfish one. And I always wanted kids, but it's a selfish life to be in this fight world and give it everything you got so everyone can be entertained. And I knew that I didn't have, enough to give other people another human being like I could now. Right. And I finally got to a place where I was financially comfortable, and I felt like I was grown up enough as a person to mold a child, And so now I'm finally in that position where I have 3 kids, and I'm as much as I want to be the best in the world, I want to be the best father in the world. So it means a lot to me, and I'm glad I waited till I was mature. Yeah, no, amen to that. We can't wait. Quintet Ultra, December 12th on UFC Fight Pass. I know there's probably laundry or diapers or bottles, so I got one more question for you, my man. With you being on Team WEC, is there a team you want to knock out? Is there a team you're looking at? You're like, okay, I would like to see UFC in the finals or Pride, or you just want to get the win and you want to kind of enjoy that moment with your gang. Well, I think every team has a couple guys that are super dangerous. Yes. Some guys are just fun big names, but then every team has a couple studs, but I think just possibly being able to go against, Sakuraba, who's a legend in my mind.
Yes, sir.
That would just be mind blowing. But there's just so many people that I'd be happy to go against. There's only a couple guys that are actually my size. Yves Edwards or Gilbert Melendez or Clay Guida just got added. Like all those guys I'm super cool with, and somebody my own size would be great for the fans. But if I get somebody like an Anthony Johnson, then I'm gonna try to go in for the kill, just like I always would. So I'm up for the challenge, and it's exciting just thinking about who I'm gonna get.
I know, it's so epic. That's why everyone's got to tune in on UFC Fight Pass December 12th, Quintet Ultra. It's going to be epic. My man Cub Swanson, just continued success. 2019 going into 2020. I can't believe saying that. I can't wait to see you fight again in the octagon, and I can't wait to December 12th, my man.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, and I took this thing as well because I came off a broken hand and the holidays were coming up, so I was like, hey, let me jump in this thing and try to put on a show, have some fun, and hopefully I can use that momentum and take a fight in February or March. So look for me to be fighting around that time. I'm hoping to get booked around that time. So I got the ball rolling already.
Wow, we can't wait. Is there anyone that's out there that's catching your eye that you would love to see, March or April, that you would love to get your hands on in that octagon?
I mean, honestly, like I said, I'd love to fight Aldo. I'd love to fight Burgos again because I just feel like it was a close fight, and I just know I could have done better. But I just feel like I got to win at least one more fight before I can start asking for things.
Right.
So
right.
I asked for a couple guys that had been talking crap about me. Some of these youngsters that like to call me out and call me old. I always ask for them, and the UFC tells me no. But it's funny, they always talk, but when I ask for it, the other side doesn't commit. So
right, they know that the UFC. They know you'll stop that momentum.
That I asked for that had been talking a lot of crap. So I'm hoping that can get booked. But I never like to, say names in public until the line is signed.
Right. And I would love your take. Last question. UFC 245, literally next weekend. Max Holloway and Alexander the Great in your division for the strap. Who wins that one? Who walks away as the featherweight UFC champion?
Well, I think the biggest thing is going to be range. Holloway has been a master of range at 145 pounds. And, Alexander is pretty short. And if Holloway can keep that range, then it's going to be really tough for Alexander to even close the distance. But I also think that Max has had a lot of miles on him now. He's been in a couple wars, and I don't want to say that he doesn't have a chin. I just feel like he's got to be a little bit more cautious these days. I think toll on him, but the dudes, both of them are pretty phenomenal. I'm really looking forward to that fight. I'll be there when after the tournament. I'm going to hang out for the weekend, so I'm really looking forward to that fight. And I can't call it 100%, but I would have to lean towards Holloway with the distance. Yeah,
no, I do agree with you. Cub, man, I appreciate your time. Very, very cool. Father of twins, so we got that bond forever. December 12th, Quintet Ultra on UFC Fight Pass. Can't wait. Like I said, continue success. We can't wait to see you out there, and we'll see you in 2020 banging again.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and for sure. Let me know when you get the twins, and maybe we'll have to link up and have a play date.
My man, definitely. I'll send you the picture in the hospital, my man. I got you.
All right, cool.
All right, brother.
All right, have a good one.
Wow, guys, what a great interview. Big ups. Thank you so much, Cub Swanson. Man, I'm telling you guys, I remember 2013. This was one on the UFC, was on Fuel TV, him versus Dustin the Diamond. This was Dustin with a shaved head. Dustin, one of the legends in the game now, one of the big-time players. Cub Swanson won via unanimous decision. I remember it was like yesterday. And this was 2013. Cub Swanson, a true just veteran, a true warrior of the game, and also a father of twins. So from now on, Cub Swanson, I got his back for life. And I got his back December 12th, Team WEC Quintet Ultra on UFC Fight Pass. I couldn't wait for the event. And then after this interview with Cub, man, it's up to another level. My excitement for the Quintet Ultra is just surpassed what I thought it could have been. Cub Swanson, WEC, they got a great team. Talking about guys, King Mo, Glover Teixeira's, Jake Shields, Eve Edwards. There's so many stud competitors in this Quintet Ultra on UFC Fight Pass December 12th. And you heard Cub. He thinks Max Holloway will win with range, and he also wants to get back into the octagon in the spring of 2020. So, guys, make sure you subscribe to the Fight Bananas YouTube channel. Also on Apple Podcasts and iHeartRadio, we are putting out content daily, and content is king. Also follow my main man, Cub Swanson, on the IG. That's what the kids call it nowadays. Just his name, Cub Swanson. Give him a follow. Great stuff. I'm looking at it right now. Great techniques, pictures in the gym, pictures with the family. Cub Swanson on the Instagram is a great follow. Also follow Fight Bananas Official on the IG. And then myself, yours truly, at David Van Auken. What a great show. Cub Swanson, December 12th, Quintet Ultra on the UFC Fight Pass. Guys, make sure you stay bananas, be safe, and continued the love.